Well, this is what I'm doing tonight. Had two big old piles of cedar that I gotta burn. I burned the other night for about 5 hours, and I still didn't get it. And that's about a 10-foot round pit, by about 4 foot deep, and it's all sand. So anyway, I was watching the fire. I couldn't help but think how closely life relates to fire. You know, it can warm you up. It can bring people together. And it can destroy. Can burn things down, can devastate it like it never existed. I just got a phone call from the attorney's office yesterday. Actually, it was the attorney that was put in charge of the sale of the house. They listed it way under book, way under book. It's ridiculous. I won't come out with nothing. She will. She'll come out with a little bit to pay her flipping credit cards, even though they had nothing to do with me. I mean, come on, Dress Barn, seriously? Unless you have money, there is no justice. The only justice you get is from up there, when we leave and when we get judged. That's the only justice. Other than that, there's no justice from man. You know, I was watching this fire, and I couldn't help but think, like I said, how closely life relates to the fire. You know, you see what's happening in California, those forests. It was beautiful out there, absolutely gorgeous. Now it'll be devastated for a while. But when it comes back, it'll come back bigger and better and stronger and greener and more beautiful than it was before. You know what? Your life is like that sometimes. I know this is devastating to me. This is a dream for me. I mean, I love this property. I love living out here. My son loves living out here. Sucks to have to move. But you know what? It's like I told him, we just got to look at it this way. It's like another adventure coming up. You know, we're going to move on somewhere else. We're going to set our feet in again. We're going to dig in, and we're going to fight like hell again. And we're going to do that until we get our feet dug in solid enough where it can't be moved. Leastwise, not while we're on this earth. But if you think about it, you really don't own anything here anyway. The only thing you own is the memories you have up here. You may think you own a home. You may think you own several homes. You still pay property tax on them. When you croak, you don't get to take them with you. All the work you did, all the things that you did, done. I mean, even the Bible talks about that. Solomon said that everything is vanity, a striving after the wind. And think of the things, the magnificent things Solomon did, the things that make my little 10 acres here pale. I mean, it's a joke compared. And sometimes you have to think about those things just to get through the tough times. You have to put some perspective on things. You have to look at things a little different, and you have to realize, you know what? I'm going to be all right. I'm going to get on my feet. I'm going to keep fighting. And there's another day, and there's another adventure around the corner. You got to be resilient. You got to let that fire warm you. And sometimes you got to let that fire burn you just a little bit so that you never forget, you never make the same mistake again. I tell my kids that all the time. So fire's a pretty good metaphor for things, you know? When it devastates you, sometimes you have to walk away. Sometimes sometimes you can't put it out till it's just done. It's like this thing with this divorce. I tried to mitigate things a little bit and tried to fight back and tried to win something back. I didn't get anything back. About the only thing I got was a few more memories with my son here, which to me are priceless. I won't get to rebuild those again. I wish my other son was here so he could have enjoyed it too, but you can't make people. Anyway, keep a positive attitude. Always try and stay up. Always try to look at the positive end of things. Always remember that after the fire, there's growth. There's growth, that you can come back, that you can build. As long as there's breath in your lungs, as long as there's air coming out of you, and as long as your heart's beating, there's hope. There's hope. There's a new horizon. There's new things coming your way. But if you give up, there isn't anything new. And everything's lost. So even when it seems like things are burning to the ground and it seems like you're just being devastated and you can't come back, believe me, you can come back. You can come back. I've done it over and over and over. And if I never get solid, if it never levels out for me, at least if I ever wrote my book, people would read it because it's interesting. There's never a dull moment in my life, and I'm the type of person. I'm not about drama. I could care less to have any drama in my life. I don't go out bar hopping. I do a lot of things that you would think would draw drama to you, but for whatever reason, it's followed me. But I deal with it, and I try and be a good example to others, be a good example for my kids, and I try to learn from everything that happens to me so that I can share it, so that it's not a waste. It's just not a waste. I mean, think about those firefighters that are fighting those fires in California. They have experience. They've fought them before, year after year. Now they know kind of how to go about it, maybe to save somebody else. And that's the way sometimes you have to look at your life. Sometimes you just have to look at it that way. Sometimes you're going to get your butt beat, and you just got to suck it up, and you got to dig deep, and you got to get mean, and you just got to let it happen sometimes, because you can't always win. You can't always fight back. Sometimes you got to know when to say when. Anyway, with that, remember, nothing good is easy. Nothing easy is good. If it's worth having, it's worth working hard for. And with that, you have a great evening, and I hope tomorrow is a good day for you and things go well for you. And I'll be praying for you, and you pray for me. Anyway, with that, you have a great night. Talk to you another day.